The Lord be with you. Welcome to Pentecost worship at Bloomfield United Church. You will see that we are celebrating Holy Communion at a distance this morning. So I hope that you have bread and drink available. If you don't, the beauty of YouTube online worship is that you can always pause the video if you need to get something, or if you need a human break of some kind. So don't be afraid to do that. It's an important celebration for the church, and although it's not the way we would normally celebrate communion, we can still celebrate together. A couple of announcements about church life. The session has met. 5 people in person, 2 people on the phone, appropriately physically distanced outside, to just begin very preliminary discussions about how we might come back into our space once the province lifts restrictions and allows places of worship to reopen. So those are very preliminary discussions and plans. We haven't even heard anything about a timetable as far as opening places of worship from the province, but we want to be prepared. So that first meeting has happened, and we'll have information around those plans to share with you shortly. Next week, June the 7th, I am off. I will not be offering an online worship service next Sunday. We will, however, make available to you some alternatives. I need to apologize. We had hoped that you might join Reverend Steve Spicer and the Wellington congregation in their online service, but as it turns out, Steve is also off that weekend and the following weekend as well. But we will provide some alternatives, and certainly there's a world of services literally for you to choose from online. I've already mentioned that we are sharing in Holy Communion this morning. If you have made or are planning to make face masks, this is one of the things that we would like to be able to provide to worshipers whenever we are able to reopen our building. We'd like to have a stockpile. We'd like to have more than we might need so that there's no danger of running short. So if you have made masks or are able to, please be in touch with either Dorothy Fraley, who's the chair of session, or myself around this. And lastly, I want to thank Rob and Jillian Leake and Celine for helping to contribute to this service today. You'll see that Rob is our scripture reader, and although you won't see Celine, the musical choices accompanying this service were hers, and I certainly appreciate their contributions. It lightens my load to some degree, and if there are others out there, I'm sure there are, who would be able to help with either one of these tasks, please be in touch with me, and we'll make it as easy and straightforward for you as possible. But now, at this time, let's prepare our hearts and minds for worship.